What happens when a worthless man falls in love with a 47-year-old woman? Let's find out how the story ends. The story begins with Monica, an actress who used to work in films and also performed in live shows across different places. People from far and wide would come just to see her. Monica was a very beautiful woman. People were crazy about her beauty. One day, during one of her shows, a young man who was deeply infatuated with Monica ended up getting into a fight over her, which ruined the show. After the incident, Monica decided to meet the guy who had caused the disruption. That's when she first met Tom. As Monica got to know him, she learned more about who he was, where he came from, and how he had first seen her. Tom told Monica that his father had passed away. Nobody respected him, and people considered him useless. He was disliked by many. There was a 12-year-old girl living next door to Tom with whom he would occasionally talk. Tom was a romantic kind of guy. His room was filled with photos of Monica, the actress he had loved since childhood, though he had never met her until now. He was always lost in thoughts of her and believed that one day, somehow, he would get to meet her. There was also a girl in his neighborhood who secretly loved Tom, but she never had the courage to tell him how she felt. Tom, too, liked her, but didn't have the guts to say, "I love you." One day, Tom tells his grandfather that he wants to start a business and needs money. His grandfather used to run a food selling business, which Tom was currently involved in. But business had become slow, and Tom didn't see a future in it. When he talks to his grandfather about starting something new, his grandfather refuses to give him any money. Tom then suggests selling their old truck, the only valuable thing they had left. He believes they could use the money from the truck to start something new. However, his grandfather is offended and tells Tom that the truck is a family heirloom and must not be sold. Ignoring his grandfather's wishes, Tom secretly posts a photo of the truck on social media to find a buyer. Soon, a man contacts him and agrees to buy the truck, but tells Tom he must bring it to his house as he can't come pick it up. Tom hesitates, saying his grandfather would never allow him to take the truck that far. But then by midnight, Tom finds out that Monica has a show scheduled in the same area where the truck buyer lives. This gives Tom the perfect excuse. He could go there to sell the truck and at the same time finally meet Monica again. Tom had realized that he wouldn't get a better excuse than this again. So he told his grandfather that he was taking the truck into the city, though he didn't want his grandfather to know that he was actually planning to sell it there. The next day, Tom left home with the truck and soon reached another city. In this city, he arrived at the place where Monica's show was being held. Tom was alone and nervously entered the venue. The atmosphere felt strange to him. There were a lot of women there, and one of them came up to him and started flirting. In reality, this woman wanted to spend the night with Tom in exchange for money, but Tom didn't have that kind of money, so he politely declined and told her clearly that he was only there to see Monica's show. Tom asked her when Monica was going to perform. She told him Monica would be on stage soon. Shortly after, Monica appeared on stage. She was now 47 years old and no longer looked as beautiful as she once did. In fact, the photo Tom had seen of her was from many years ago, when she was much younger. But Tom had already been obsessed with her for a long time, so to him, she still looked just as beautiful. Tom was watching her performance very attentively, but others in the crowd thought Monica looked too old and weren't paying much attention to her. Some even started saying rude things about her. Tom couldn't stand anyone speaking badly about Monica, so he told them to shut their mouths. But those men ended up attacking Tom. Tom was caught in the middle of the fight when suddenly a security guard arrived and broke it up. A short while later, the police also showed up and started questioning everyone about what had happened. The club owner blamed Monica, saying, "This fight happened because of you. That guy fought with the customers because of you, and now our show is ruined, all because of him." Monica, somewhere deep down, felt sympathy for Tom, so she came out to meet him. At that moment, Tom was still talking to the police. Monica asked him if he was okay, and Tom replied, "Yeah, I'm fine now." It was then that Monica realized Tom was from another city, completely new to this place. She now knew who Tom was and where he had come from. Monica thought to herself, "This boy doesn't know anyone here. Where will he go in this big city?" So she decided to take him to her house. There, she asked about his injuries. Tom told her that he had loved her since childhood and had come to the club just to see her. Tom always believed Monica must be living a perfect life, full of success and luxury. But now her life had completely changed. In her younger days, she had tons of work and everyone was her friend. But with age, people started liking her less, simply because she wasn't as beautiful as she used to be. She had gone through a divorce and had a daughter who lived with her. A court case regarding custody was ongoing. Monica didn't have enough money to provide for her daughter's education, so the court had ordered the child to live with her ex-husband. Work was no longer the same. Monica now had to work in small clubs just to survive. But even after all this, she was still giving it her all to get her daughter back. She truly believed that one day she would bring her daughter home again. Monica shared that people had started looking at her with judgmental eyes, which is why she only worked in clubs now, nowhere else. Tom's illusion was completely shattered. After learning the truth about her life, he felt heartbroken. Before meeting her, he had imagined Monica as a wealthy and successful person, but he had been completely wrong. Monica called a cab to send Tom back home, but by the time the cab arrived, Tom had already fallen asleep. She decided she'd send him back the next morning. The next morning, Monica's ex-husband came over. He told her to drop the custody case. He said, "You can't take proper care of our daughter." They ended up arguing over it, and eventually, he didn't even let Monica see her daughter. He got into his car and drove away. Tom had seen everything through the window. He felt incredibly sad for Monica. He wanted to help her somehow. Monica, poor thing, broke down in tears, and seeing her cry made Tom emotional too. She came back inside the house, where Tom was in the kitchen making breakfast. Tom didn't want to trouble Monica, so he said, "I'll eat this and then head home." They sat down and had breakfast together. Tom tried to make conversation and lift her mood. Talking to her made him feel good. In fact, since yesterday, every moment spent with Monica had made Tom secretly happy. After breakfast, Monica told him it was time for him to leave. Tom asked, "Will we never meet again?" Monica didn't respond. She simply got up and walked away. Tom felt maybe staying any longer wouldn't be right. So he went to the place where his truck was parked and drove it to the man he had come to sell it to. The man inspected the truck, liked it, and was ready to pay the agreed amount, but offered a check. Tom said, "I want cash, not a check." The man replied, "I don't have cash right now. If you want that, you'll need to come back in a few days." Tom agreed and left with the truck. While heading back, a thought struck him. He should go see Monica one last time. When he got to her house, Monica wasn't there. Tom began to worry. Where could she have gone? Then he remembered. Monica usually went to the market around this time, so he headed in that direction. When he arrived at the market, he spotted Monica shopping. In truth, Monica had been feeling extremely frustrated with her life. That's why she had bought a large bottle of alcohol. Tom helped her carry her things, and they both headed to a nearby garden. Monica sat there and started drinking. Tom stayed by her side. Monica said, "Nothing good is happening in my life anymore. I'm so unhappy." And in that sorrow, she drank the entire bottle, getting heavily drunk. Tom helped her and carefully brought her back home. Tom gently carried Monica inside and laid her on the bed. For a moment, he thought about confessing his love to her right then and there. But his mood suddenly shifted, and instead of acting on that thought, he quietly walked away. The next morning, Tom came back to see Monica again, but her neighbor informed him that Monica had gone to visit her daughter at school. Tom was determined to see her, no matter what, so he made his way to the school as well. There, from a distance, he saw Monica standing quietly, watching her daughter. Monica wanted nothing more than to go up to her to hug her, but she couldn't. Her daughter was waiting for her father to pick her up. Soon, Monica's ex-husband arrived and took their daughter away before Monica could even say a word to her. Tears welled up in Monica's eyes. Tom walked up to her and tried to comfort her. The two of them returned home together. By now, Monica had started to realize that Tom was actually a good guy, someone who truly respected her. Slowly, a real friendship began to form between them. The next day, Tom took Monica to a beautiful, peaceful place, far from the city noise. They lit a fire and stayed there for a while. While sitting beside the fire, Monica asked Tom, "Do you have a girlfriend?" Tom replied, "I've never even had a close friendship with a girl before." As they talked, the two grew closer. For Tom, it felt like a dream come true. But for Monica, there weren't any romantic feelings. To her, it was simply a moment of peace, a rare escape from her chaotic life. The following day, Monica was outside her house talking to a few people when suddenly Tom showed up with his truck, and surprisingly, Monica's daughter was with him. Monica was stunned and rushed over to her daughter. She immediately asked, "What are you doing with Tom?" Her daughter replied, "Tom is my friend." What had really happened was that Tom had befriended Monica's daughter just so he could help bring the two of them closer again. But Monica didn't like this at all. She said, "If my ex-husband finds out about this, it'll be a big problem." Tom tried to explain, "I just wanted to see you happy. That's the only reason I brought your daughter here." But Monica wasn't pleased. She snapped back, "Tom, you're not my boyfriend. I can't build my life around you." She continued, "And don't think that what happened between us that night meant anything. That was a mistake, something that shouldn't have happened. And if possible," she added coldly, "I don't want to see you again." Hearing all this broke Tom's heart. He felt deeply hurt. After such humiliation, he couldn't stay there even a moment longer. So he took his truck and went to the man he had promised to sell it to. By now, that man had the cash ready. When Tom arrived, the man questioned him. What took you so long to come back? Tom gave him a quick excuse, saying he had gotten stuck somewhere. Deep down, Tom knew exactly what he was doing. He took the money and left. Meanwhile, Monica was busy preparing for a film shoot. It was a romantic film, though Monica had grown tired of these types of roles. But she needed money to fight for custody of her daughter, and for that, she still had to take on films like this. While the shoot was underway, Tom managed to find out the location and showed up on set. He walked right up to Monica. She was shocked to see him. Tom handed her a piece of paper. On it was written that he had called the police and she needed to leave the area immediately. And Monica, realizing the danger, made an excuse to step outside for a cigarette. Not long after, the police arrived and people from the crew began running away in panic. Tom was caught by the police, but they didn't arrest him. They asked if he knew anyone in the city. Tom replied, "Yes, I have a friend here. Her name is Monica." So the police handed him over to Monica and left. Monica took Tom inside and asked, "Why did you come back again?" Tom told her, "You needed money, so I sold my truck. I brought the money for you." Even though Monica didn't need the money, she refused to take it. Tom then said, "You, your daughter, and I can move somewhere new, start fresh, build a happy life together." But Monica gently explained, "I'm not right for you, Tom. Our lives are completely different now. You're much younger than me. You still have your whole life ahead of you. You have things to see, to do. I've already lived my life. You don't need a woman like me. You need someone young like you." Tom got angry hearing that, but soon realized Monica was right. Monica added, "You should go now." But before he left, she said, "Thank you. You made me feel human again. Everyone else just looks at me with hungry eyes, like I'm nothing more than an object. But you reminded me that I'm still a person." Tom quietly left for home. After he left, Monica noticed that Tom had left the money behind. In that moment, Monica realized just how much Tom truly cared for her, that all he ever wanted was to see her happy. She felt a deep regret for pushing him away. But now, even if she wanted to stop him, it was too late. In the end, it was Tom, and only Tom, who truly understood her feelings. After that, Tom didn't go straight home. Instead, he wandered from city to city for a while. Eventually, he returned home, where his grandfather was overjoyed to see him. The next day, Tom went to meet a girl who had always liked him. She confessed her feelings to him, and Tom accepted her proposal. They began a relationship. Tom had now accepted reality. He understood that Monica and he were from two completely different worlds, but meeting her had taught him so much. It made him realize that there are people in this world who never truly find happiness, no matter how much they try. Tom remembered Monica in his heart and quietly cried. And with that, the story comes to a heartbreaking end.